Hi guys, thanks for joining me again. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Anne and on my channel I review foreign international content. Today I'm back to review King-the-Land and we're in episode 5 and 6. And all I can say is this show is definitely very predictable, and they're definitely just gonna continue to throw in all these scenes about them. Just, it's so soon worthy. They're just looking at each other. Everything, it's about romance. I mean, they're in the market and there's a rice puff and he's like, oh, are you okay? And the music comes on and there's the dust and it's like, let's look at each other's eyes. Everything has become this. He's walking in the hotel room and looks at her and she looks at him. Oh, I'm like, okay, I appreciate the soon worthiness, but you're killing us. You're killing us. I want more of the storyline. Like, I was really looking forward to episode 5 and 6. They're finally going to tell us why his mother left, right? I was like, oh, you're not gonna tell us yet? I was like, did we just go through 5 and 6 and didn't learn about his mother? Now, here's some parts that I thought were nice. Obviously, you know, we're starting to see why he doesn't like why people smile. Clearly, people in his life, the fact that he was a rich boy and had servants, they were all smiling, but they were all fake, and nobody would tell him where his mother is. Okay, so we get that. And then he's got this evil stepsister that, let's just say, she really still looks at him as a small boy, doesn't take him seriously, and obviously is jealous and upset because he could end up taking the whole, I guess, the land, the king land, if you will, if the dad ends up giving it to him. And then, by the way, we found out about the sister, and they really don't have a relationship and he wants a divorce, and she's just like, you cannot divorce me until I finally inherited the whole king land. Then you can divorce me. I don't care who you see or what, you know, you do. Great, fine. And then now they send her to the mountains to go, you know, meet this guy who I guess they get ginseng from, and she's stuck in the mountain. By the way, how ridiculous and hilarious was the fact that he goes and fights with his sister to get the helicopter to go and save the employee. And by the way, the sister is like, no, we don't do that. You know, it's always about money. When it comes to her, she would really care less about employees and wasting money, right? And finally he insists and he gets the helicopter. He goes there and I'm thinking, you're there with the helicopter, so you should lift her up into the helicopter and save her and go back home. No, not a knight in shining armor over here. Not too smart. He ended up jumping down there to keep her company. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. And she's like, what? Like, why are you here? And then I'm calling for help. What? I was like, you've gotta be kidding me. And then they end up being rescued by the guy, the farmer. And that was a kind of a cute scene there where they're like, oh, he sent you here? He's your employer? You know, that was kind of fun. And then the wild ginseng, the way it was treated like gold. Apparently it's good luck, and giving it to her grandma, that was nice to watch. I love her grandma and how she like brought him down to earth, like, you're gonna peel these onions, okay? And clearly he has never done any labor in his life and destroys those onions, right? I mean, he really destroyed them. They ended up looking like this small little onions. That was kind of cute. And then this section in the market was also really cute when they play that game and he wins this I think it's a glass fish or something, and he's so proud of himself, right? So proud of himself. So cute. And then I loved when he brings her home and asks her for a real date, because clearly he already fell. She's just like, oh, so you really like me, right? And then it was kind of cute, she agrees. But then also I thought it was interesting when he showed up for that birthday party, she was upset, and I thought, is she starting to feel like, wow, we do live in different worlds. Like, these are rich people and I'm not in the same, you know, area. So I thought, oh, but then I think she's just jealous in the fact that he was showing her too much attention. But I thought for a second there, she feeling inferior, like, oh, I don't know how this is gonna work, right? And we'll see what happens there. By the way, I love her best friends. Her two, when there are three of them, they are so much fun. Like how they like help each other distress, that is so much fun. And by the way, they all work for crazy bosses. Like her friend who is, I think they work in that store, and the boss came and drank their coffee. Give me a drink. And she's drinking it. And then she made her stay over to do a report that she was supposed to do, like abuse of bosses. And then the other one, who's a flight attendant, who, by the way, I love that guy who is completely doting on her, just loves her. When she lost her shoe, when everybody was fighting in that plane, and it was almost like Cinderella, here, I bring you your missing shoe, right? It was so cute. But these bosses are evil. They're terrible. And all they care about is sales, 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 and don't care about the people. And everything is about an incentive. I'm like, I hope that's not how it is in Korea, because don't they have labor laws? Like, you can't treat your employees like that. They're screaming at them. Last episode, in the flight attendant, they had to be weighed in. And then the manager's like, no, I'm not gonna weigh myself. I'm like, oh, so how come you're gonna make sure everybody else, stays, on their weight, but you're not gonna do it? Because we know you probably are not keeping your weight as well. Like, in so many companies, that would not be allowed. That is harassment at its worst. That's crazy. But anyway, this show is just giving us, I guess, what it's supposed to give. Like I said, we're not gonna learn anything. We're just here for the ooh, ah, but I hope they don't do too much, because sometimes I like it when it gets serious, so that when they hit us with that romantic moment, it's like, oh, it's so good. But if you start making it so obvious all the time, we're gonna be like, yeah, here we go again. They're gonna look at each other again, and then they're gonna have that swoon-worthy looking, and then we're gonna move on, right? So I hope they don't overdo it. I felt like in episode 5 and 6, they overdid it. I'm like, okay, great, we get it. But can we get a little bit of a storyline, right? So I'm looking forward to them, like, now focusing a little bit more on the storyline. Like, I want to find out about his mom. I want to see her help him clearly, because he's gonna need her to help him understand the hotel business, the working class, and the sacrifice that goes with, and better employment and treatment of employees, and also help him kick that evil stepsister away. I love that moment that he had with his dad when he brought the soup, and he said to him, have you ever saved a life? And you can tell even the father was challenged, like, yeah. So I hope he starts to bring more. I'm looking forward to him being mature, so we're to the point where the dad is gonna be like, he's ready, he can take over, right? So that will be interesting to see. Let me know what you thought in the comment section about 5 and 6. And obviously, we're here for the soon-worthy moment, like I said. I just hope they just don't overdo it. I just don't want them to overdo it. I love Swinworthy. Don't get me wrong. I like them too. But don't overdo it, right? Don't overdo it. Anyway, thank you so much. Join me next week as I review episode 7 and 8. And I'll see you next time. Deuces.